As we say hello and welcome to the virtual Richmond Raceway here for Season 7 of the UIS Independent Motors Truck Series. Race 9, once again from the virtual Richmond Raceway. My name is Christian Delgado, lead producer and commentator for tonight's race. No Gavin Austin in sight, so it'll just be me up here in the HVTV booth once again. Just over 9 minutes left in practice here for these truck drivers, and take a look at some of your fastest drivers on track right now. Tyler Helms top of the board. You'll see Max Ford out on track. He's P2. It's number 11 Precision Speed Solutions machine. Richmond, one of those, short tracks that we come to that, we're going to see, the cream rise to the top here. It's one of the more, I feel like outside of maybe Phoenix, this is kind of the epitome of a driver track. It's not like Bristol or Martinsville or Gateway or anything like that where you kind of luck your way into a good finish by just hitting your marks, keeping the truck clean here. Right, I feel like Richmond, this is one of the races where we might actually get to see a longer green flag run here because, I'm not going to say it's not easy there. It's not hard to wreck, but it's definitely a lot harder to wreck at than all the short tracks we've been to here earlier this season. We look at Gateway, a lot of drivers were having issues, but here the pretty kind of generic kind of mini, almost kind of mile and a half, right? The D-shaped short track here with the ball field here on the front stretch here. So I'm excited to see what these drivers can do here. Continuing to look through the field, the 19 Jose Lopez up in the P3. He's shown a lot of speed throughout the whole season, honestly. He's been sneaky quick. Look back to Kylan Wilson. He had a good finish for himself last week, I believe. I believe he got a podium for himself. I could be mistaken. All these races kind of blend together at some point, unfortunately. And Kylan does have one top 5 finish. I believe it was last week from a chaotic field race there at Darlington. He's up here in P4. Carmelo Cabrera in the 60 machine. He's back to P5. Chris Parker in that Yahoo number 20 machine. P6, P8 goes, P7 goes to the 8 machine of Travis Prather. Chase Smith, your placeholder thumbnail car for tonight's broadcast back here in P8. Trent Wilkins, P9, and rounding out the top 10 is the Schrecken Goss machine back there in the 16. Down on board here. Cabrera. Try to get that truck clean to the bottom. Try to ride that yellow line there on the bottom. Seemed just a little bit uneasy on entry, slid up the truck about half a lane there. You're seeing right now. Trucks want to slide everywhere here. You saw under braking, you saw the truck kind of step out there on entry. You saw it definitely step out on exit there in the 3 and 4 down the front stretch. Truck's not handling the best for these drivers. Before I went live, I heard Tyler Helms, fastest in practice, complain about the truck a lot. So, obviously Tyler is pretty particular of how he wants his car to drive, but somehow always finds a way to get the most out of these kind of single lap runs here. We'll see Tyler up towards the boards here, towards the front. But while we get the opportunity to, we'll talk about your points coming into Richmond. Ale Holmes leads the points over Henry Kalhoff. Obviously, Henry trying to retake that points lead back. Obviously, last week we saw, the two Kalhoff Deitch cars, 1-2, and definitely helped close the gap in a little bit, but still Henry, I believe, 9 points back to Tyler. Tyler also had a good finish last week from Bellington. Look back to P3 in points. Guy Collymore, 49 points back, and only 1 point above, the next driver in line, Chase Smith, 18 machine. He's P4 in points. Jacob Bryant, the only rookie right now in the top 8 in points. He's back there in P5. Aaron Kovnat in 6th. Trenton Wilkins in 7th. Zachary Trevino round out your fast 8 here, coming into Richmond. And, Trevino, that just shows the speed he has. 4 starts. And still in the top 8. I think these points are updated. Because, I'm looking at the starts here, and the most we have for starts here is 6. And obviously we're on week 9 of the season. So we're on week 8, actually. So we've been a week ahead here on the pictures here, which is fine. We'll go back there after the broadcast tonight and take care of that. So we are here in week 8. It still says six starts for the most amount of starts here tonight for like Kalhoff, Deitch, Chase. Not Kalhoff. Kalhoff, Collymore, Smith. And Trenton Wilkins has 6 starts, and they lead the. I believe they lead the field in starts, but obviously we have 8 races, right? Michigan Coda. Very interesting. So I hope these points are updated, but regardless, we're going to take them as they come. 2 minutes left in practice. No changes in the starting lineup here. No changes in practice. You can look back here at the 63 machine. And Kalhoff back here in 16th in practice. Not the practice I think we expected out of Henry here, but obviously practice means one thing, the race means another, right? You look back at last week at Darlington, Henry was outside the top 20, I believe. He was outside definitely the top 10 in practice and in qualifying. Didn't show a lot of speed there, but showed up at the end there to help his teammate get back to victory lane in that 91 truck. So yeah, I don't believe these the spread up is. I don't believe these points are right because it doesn't show that Kovnat has a win. Obviously, he won last week from Darlington, so I'm interested to see what points actually do look like. But these definitely are not right, so I guess we scratch what I said, because I was about to say I believe with Henry in a P2 finish, you probably should have maybe be tied for the points lead coming into tonight, but obviously points have not been updated, at least from the spreadsheet that I'm looking at. So practice getting done here. You see the 97 of Jacob Bryant. He's 17 in practice, but practice coming out to a close here. We get ready to go into qualifying. So qualifying underway here. 5 minutes for these drivers. Try to set a lap. Decker Trevino coming on track here. Every time we've seen this Trevino truck go up, he's been very competitive, right? 4 starts, 3 wins for the 12 machine. So what he can do here. Oh, up in the outside wall. He's going to restart this lap. Grab some other drivers who are actually on a lap here. Carmelo Acavera tries to drive here. Currently P4. 23.021. How fast his lap is that Calhoff, 22.5. So Carmelo needs to find a little bit of pace here in qualifying. He wants a good starting spot. There you go. Up to the top of the board, 22.41. Good lap for Carmelo. Take a look at some other drivers here. Chase George. Actually, no. We'll look at Travis Prather. Across the stripe. Prather second. 22.46. Chris Parker in the 20 machine out on track. His first time lap. Ooh, really overdrives turn 3 and 4. Maybe trying to set it up for the second lap, maybe. 22.9. His first lap. Second lap, gonna need to be better. Across the stripe. 22.3. That should be your pole. 22.37. That's almost a 10th up on the rest of the field here tonight. Tyler Helms out on track. We'll him cross the stripe here for his second lap. 22.5, his first time out. Good enough for P9, but we've seen historically here throughout qualifying that the second time seems to be a little bit better here. Tires a little bit more heated up, get a little bit more out of this truck. See what Tyler can do here. Out of coming through 3 and 4. About half a second up on his time. Should be a massive lap for Helms. 22.315. That's going to be your pull for now. We'll go to the Max Ford. He was P2 in practice right behind that 15 machine. Max Ford. He's 3 and 4. Gonna be a big lap for Max as well. 22.2. That's well over a 10th faster. He's gonna take your pull here. The last couple laps here, looking at DJ Lyon. Max Ford, what a lap for the 11. Trenton Wilkins up to second place, 22.25. Only 2 drivers have broken into the 2s here in qualifying. Maserati jumps in the P13. DJ Lyon, P19, 23.2. Not the lap he wanted. Maserati here, P13. We'll see. Qualifying come to an end. Max Ford. Tyler Helms, you fast 2. Not a surprise there. Actually, Trent Wilkins, you fast too. Sorry, Trent. Forgot about you, honestly. We'll see everybody start to get in their virtual trucks for tonight's race. 125 laps here from the virtual Richmond Raceway. So 125 laps. Automatic yellows and race control yellows are on. 3 overtime attempts and 4 additional sets of tires, so 5 total tonight for the Ascendant Prospect Series drivers. As most of our trucks are out on track here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at your starting lineup here, presented by HVTV. You'll see Max Ford, the 11, top of the board there. Trent Wilkins in the 17, back there in second. Rounding out the podium will be Tyler Holmes, and rounding out row 2, Chase Smith in the number 18 machine. Chris Parker and Jose Lopez round out row 3, and you'll see back here right outside the top 5. Back here in 7th, Carmelo Echeverria, Travis Prather. Rounding out your top 10, Calvin Harvey, Kylan Wilson, 87. Back here in 11th, Brady Schreckengoss alongside Henry Kalhoff in that number 63 machine. Back here in P13, Christian Zarati, Aaron Kovnat rounding out 14th. Back here in 15th is going to be Aiden Cobarrubia and Chase George. Back here in 17th is going to be Richard Bunkley, Salas Goodman. Back here in 18th. 19th will go to DJ Lyons, Zachary Trevino. Back here in 20th. Joey back in 21st alongside Joseph Enright, rounding out your top 22. Cameron Campbell back here in 23rd. Jacob Bryant 24th. And rounding out tonight's field, Kelvin Belcher, Damian Cineros in the 21. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Damian. Now we'll round out your field for tonight's race. Look at your race weather for tonight's race here. 77 degrees. Little to no wind. Partly cloudy here from Richmond, Virginia. Should be a good weather for some good old-fashioned racing tonight. Some drivers getting some EOL penalties. Max Ford, actually your pole sitter, getting an EOL. So you'll have to start from the back after taking the pole away. Aaron Kovnat also to the back. So that will give Tyler Helms the front row alongside 17 of Wilkins. Obviously a disadvantage now for that 11 machine, but does have that first pit box, which if we do get some cautions when we do on that pit road, could be an advantage for that 11 to maybe jump some spots here in pit road. Here we go. One more time around. We get ready to go green here. This time back. $125 laps here for the Ascendant Motors Prospect drivers. Tyler Helms, Trent Wilkins, Chevy Ford front row. Chevy Toyota front row. My apologies. You'll see your pole sitter. Also, well, not technically your pole sitter, but your points leader. Gonna start off the race up here up front. You'll see that whole inside lane actually jump the road there. So, Chris Parker is supposed to start 5th. They'll start 3rd. It'll be interesting to see here, but be ready to get set, go 125 laps. Back to Barney, the flag man. Green flag here from Richmond. Up an outside wall there, but across the drive to 87 around. Rylan Wilson loose off of turn 4. Caution will wave here once again on the first lap. I think this is just a tradition for these truck series drivers where we have to have a wreck here on the first lap. One to 3 and 4. Oh, wrecking in the back as well. That was the big wreck in the back, actually. We only saw the 87 go around there, but it looks like Prather got some help further back here as well. So Prather underneath the 63. Looks like a Cal, but he got loose out of 2. And then loose into 3 and 4. Underneath Calhoff and just overcorrects up the track there. Grabs a couple of trucks with him as well. The 2 cautions here, really in the same span. I'll bring him back under pacing here. They're on lap 3. Well, now these truck drivers should know that truck's gonna be a little bit edgy and a little bit sensitive here on these cold tires. Not gonna want to drive the way it wants to here until we get the tires warmed up, until we can figure out who needs to be where, right? See if they can settle it down here and see if we can go green here. I think patience is the key for every single one of these prospect drivers. Obviously, it is the truck series. It's, the bottom rung in the totem pole here in the UIS, series. But, you're not going to get brought up to Xfinity. You're not going to get brought up to Cup. You can't even handle the truck, right? So, if you can't put yourself in a spot to, just hold on to it here, instead of just pushing at 110% at the start here, got to hold on to it. Lights off on the pace truck. Tyler Holmes, he picks the top side here. The 15 back in the restart zone. He leads us back to green. Alpha P2. Wilkins underneath the 18. 18 going to try to pedal it off the top. Going to try to get clear here in the 1 and 2. He should. Dave Smith up to P2. Wrecking in the back. Wrecking Goss. RV Lion. Anyone a Cobb knot? The Schreckengas also. Oh man. Those the 98 of Harvey. He gets some help here. He did get some help. The 99. I don't of Aiden here on the back of the 98. Around he'll go. Caution waves. Caution is still underway here on lap 10. 2 cautions here already in the first 10 laps. First one was from just, 2 drivers not having a feel for the truck. The second one was from the classic chrome horn that we've seen come common here in the UIS truck series. Let's back off on the pace truck. Here we go. Tyler Helms, Chase Smith, back through the stripe here, back green. Helms gets clear, chops the nose off of the 18. 18 gonna battle it out now with Echeverria for the P2 position. Now Echeverria used that top side. He's gonna try to muscle around the top. And try to get clear. Chase Smith not gonna give it up too easily though. Ooh, someone loose in the back. I think that was a 91. Echeverria clears for P2. Be a battle for P5. Kalhoff. Kylan Smith in 87. We saw him. He was part of that first caution. Trying to rebound on that top side. Kalhoff snug on the bottom though, trying to make something work. Kalhoff has not been able to get clear. Really has the 87. All right, we saw the 80. Seen that top side work. I wouldn't say the passing lane, but at least it's a defensive lane. 87 cannot get clear though. Cannot just get enough of a run off exit. Make this work, and I feel like you want to use that top side, a little bit on the start of these restarts. After that, you're going to want to get to the bottom. It will burn your stuff up a little bit more. Kalhoff still not clear. Still side by side for P5. Kalhoff should have it this time. 87 with the crossover though. He's going to look to the bottom here in 1 and 2. You'll see these two trucks switch spots here down into 1 and 2. Now Kalhoff with the momentum off. Will secure P5 wrecking in the back. 22 at Bunkley around. Someone just drove it in there. And then, can't tell who that is. See if we can go off the rear deck lid here. We can find a number here on this truck. The 22 machine. Glass. Just comes up and turns him. He goes around for good measure. Keeps it going though, scoshing out. Tyler Helms obviously inherited the lead from Max Ford. Inherited kind of the pole almost from Max Ford and led every lap of this race for now. Looking at Max Ford, he's up favorable spots from where he started after that EOL. Obviously it's going to put him technically 8 down from where he was supposed to start because of the way iRacing scores it, but that's why in these situations I think it'd be really cool if the leagues would make everybody sit a lap and then the guys who are getting EOLs don't sit a lap so we can get a relative start time here, right? I'm going to assume that, you know, at 11, right back there in maybe 23rd, 24th. He's in the 10th now, which would put him up, what, 13, 12 spots or something like that? So we'll never know, but Tyler Helms back to the stripe. Back her in. Ooh, a Cabrera. Got his nose cut off by the 15. That's going to cause a little bit of an accordion effect. You see everybody 3, almost 4 wide further back here. That's 4 wide going into turn 3. Lopez using up the 17, and Wilkins was the one who lost out on that a lot. He got the worst of that for sure. Now Wilkins goes from P3, P2, all the way back to P10 in the matter of, what, 3 or 4 corners. The 15, I don't know if he spooked the 60 or if that aero block to the 60 really just shot him up the track, but got into the 17, and the 17 just trying to hold on here. Now back to P9, trying to get around Camino. Right? Camino's not going to be an easy pass. Camino, your biggest move in the race right now. Up 11 spots from where he started. Tyler Helms. Still top of the point. About a half a second lead. Back to Carmelo in the 60 machine. To the back, here comes the 17 underneath the 12. Fino under attack from the 17, you know, trying to get his spots back. do it the hard way now. Gonna have to methodically work his way back to the field. Holding on for now. Everything's still looking strong. Got the back tailgate. Caution. Big Aiden. 99, this FTN machine around in the back. Oh, they're wrecking in front. Tries to turn down the track, gets tagged by his teammate in the 91. Or at least sponsor teammate. I don't know if these guys are actually teammates. It looks like they have similar sponsors to them. Obviously, FTN affiliated with KDR. Well, look on the here. Yeah. Use code. I don't know what that word is on the back there. Regardless, 99 around, caution out. While we were gone, looking at the wreck, your leaders came down pit road. Callie Helms, Chase Smith, Jose Lopez, Carmelo Echeverria, your first four out, but we had a couple drivers who stayed out as well. Anyway, Bunkley, Kovnot, your top three. They stayed out here. Now, Bunkley's got only 12 laps on those tires, so I don't think bad idea for him to stay out. I mean, only 12 laps. You see a little bit of damage on that truck, but Enright and Kovnot, very interesting. "31 laps." Granted, I'll say about 10 of them were under caution probably, so I'll say about 17 to 20 lap older tires, right? The lights back off on the pace truck. Enright Bunkley, 0792. Toyota Chevy front row. We get ready to go back green here to start lap 33. Back to the stripe. Bunkley with the better jump than the 07. Here comes the 91. Bottom of 3. Here comes the 15. Top of 3. Tyler Holmes on the fresher tires. Tyler going to jump to the top. Going to get side by side for the race lead. Across the stripe, he'll retake the lead before we get back to the stripe. I believe Bunkley will get the lap lead as he had a better jump on the restart. Tyler Holmes already jumping out the lead once again. Very full wide in the back here. So the 11 cut off the nose of the 60. Echeverria around. He's going to slide down pit road. Stop the truck there. Get it back out on track. Caution will wave. For some odd reason. Everybody had it going again. No one really wrecked, so I'm not sure why that caution got thrown. right on board here with the 60 machine. They were all dicing and fighting for the spot here, and then the 11 jumps down in front. I don't know if there's a little bit of contact with the 60 or not. But Max Ford was an aggressive move. I don't think there's any contact. I just think the 60 checked up because he was trying to stay off the 11 there. Fortunately, the 60 is going to pay the price there. Losing a lot of track position. We're trying to right on board or something here with 60 here with this Ram machine. Fortunately, we do not have the camera set up properly. I don't think he made any contact. I think just him checking up and just got that car out of row there. You see the 92. Bunkley forcing, getting forced down pit road there. And then the 60 gets it going back straight here. No one wrecked. No one was out of woe there, but I guess race control decides to throw the caution there. I'll give Carmelo the EOL. Very interesting. I mean, he's already in the back anyway, so I don't think that means a whole lot, but as we welcome you back here to the virtual Richmond Raceway. Thank you everybody for coming out and watching tonight's broadcast here for week 8 of the UIS Independent Motors Truck Series. Tyler Helms aggressively retake the lead back here on the restart. He takes it back to the stripe, back green. Tyler Helms shot out of a rocket there. Battle back there for P2. Jose Lopez on the top side. Making his way through the field here. And you see the track brighten up. A wrecking in the back. Huge wreck in the back. Oh my lord, the 23. I'm pretty sure got all 4 tires off the ground there. Caution will wave. Look what happened here up towards the front. I think this is happening in front of them. Look at Echeverria here. Yeah, this happened way in front. That's the 16 of Schreckengas. Something happened up here towards the front. There's wrecking already up here. So it looks like 16 gets into the side of the 17 of Wilkins. He gets turned back up the track. And then the 60 Arca brake. Echeverria. I don't know if he didn't see the wreck or what, but he just had no intention and left him for this wreck. Very interesting. Caution waves one more time here from Richmond. Tyler Helms has led all, I believe, but one lap tonight. You look at the stats here. Oh, we get the opportunity to. Look at that, 40 of 44, and that was only from that pit strategy from some of the guys up front. Should be off on the pace car. Helms up to the top again. He picks the top side here for this restart. Good to start. Lap 46. Gonna be a Toyota Chevy front row once again here, Richmond. This time it's gonna be Jose Lopez on the bottom side, leading the train there on the bottom. Pace car in. Back into the restart zone here from Richmond. Tyler Helms back to the green. Once again, shot out of Iraqi. Here comes Christian Durati on the top side. 53. Using that momentum off the top. He's going to try to battle it out for P2. He's going to try to get clear. Down the backstretch here, he does. Durati up to the second place spot. Way up inside the top 10 in that 6 machine. Get him battle on the top there with the 87 of Wilson. Six still side by side. This is the cool thing about Richmond that I like, is if you can learn how to run that top, you can make passes. You can at least stay side by side at the very least. With drivers. See the 6 using that top side to actually make some moves, make up some spots there. You saw him get around the 87. And you see Kalhoff, he jumps up to the top. He said, I like what the 6 did. I'm going to try it myself. He gets around the 87 as well. Hop to the bottom of the 6. Henry, he didn't show a lot of speed in practice, but definitely showing in the race that he's got at least top 10, maybe even top 5 pace, or at least early in the race. Caution once again. So right on board with Prather. I didn't really see where I think it was Prather who spun out here further in the back. Might have got some help. Maybe the 92 got him going around. See if we can ride on board with Huntley. Definitely got in the back end of him. Around he goes. caution one more time here from Richmond, and I was about to praise them that this looked like it could be a green flag run as the caution was coming out. So, gonna not talk about cautions. Hopefully, they just work themselves out. I did that in this last Thursday for the Royal Sorrel Premier Series. I was, saying that like if a caution would come out, it would change everything, and then the caution immediately came out as I was finishing the sentence. So. Under caution one more time. Tyler Helms actually pulls down pit road once again. So he leads the whole field down pit road one more time. Come on, PA. Quite a few more drivers stayed out this time than last time, so it's not going to be as easy for that 15 to get back up towards the front. He's got a lot more cars to pass this time by. But I'll inherit the lead back to the 18 of Chase Smith. Henry Kalhoff in the 63. Gonna be your front row. Pace car back down. Lead 18 to Chase Smith. Restart zone green. Here comes the 87. Look at 3 wide on the bottom. Uses up to 63. Tyler Holmes already back up inside the top 4, top 5 now. What's Holmes gonna do on that top side? Chase Smith on that top side to try to get around. Here comes Max Ford. Back to the front. Ball out on the pole, got the year well. Back up to P2. Holding tires for the 11 machine. Here comes Tyler Helms with the fresh tires. Looking for P3, he's gonna get it. So Max Ford up at the outside wall. Here comes Tyler Helms for P2. Wrecking in the back, caution will wave. A huge pack up there. 2 KDR trucks involved. Thought I heard some wrecking further back there. We'll see what happened. '91. Cobb trying to drive it in there for P3. Yeah, I mean, Max definitely came down, but 91 definitely drove it in there, and unfortunately nowhere for Kalhoff to go. He's kind of boxed in there with him in the 34 of Belcher there. Caution will wave here for the umpteenth time. We got to be approaching double digits here very, very soon. So Chase Smith will keep the race lead for now. Obviously, Tyler Holmes could not get back to the 18 machine. And now, like, with this kind of shakeup here, what do you do if you're that 18 truck? Now you got the fresh tires right there. And second right there. He's going to start probably on your inside. I mean, I don't think you can give it the track position, but also, like, what do you do here? You just get out of the way and let just Tyler take the reins again? Here we go. Pace car back off. We Chase Smith. Tyler Holmes. 1-2. Back to the restart zone. 18 needs a good jump. Not going to get it, though. That 15 will be in side by side through 1 and 2. And Tyler Holmes drive it in here. Try to take the lead away early. 18 going to fight hard on the top. Still side by side for the race lead. 18 loose out of 2. He even the 3 and 4 for the 15 at Holmes. Gonna try to drive away off corner exit. Still not gonna get clear. This time Tyler Holmes, the better advantage. Through and clear. Tyler Holmes back to the race lead. Battling further on back. Second Goss. And right. The P7. I think the 16 will take the point for now. But look out for Max Ford. He's trying to drive his way back up inside the top 5. Looking to the inside of the 07 now. Caution back out. Like the 22. That's the 20. My apologies. Got some damage on him. Had damage, okay. Oh, there it is, the 92 again. Bone clear round. And that's his 3rd one. He's been a part of her. Been at least a culprit of. Not the night for the 92 that I think a lot of people wanted. So back under caution. Definitely a hectic night once again here from Richmond. So back to 1 to green here. So we just approached the halfway point, just over the halfway point in tonight's race. Ready to go back green, the pace truck. Hard left turn down pit road. Helms, Chase George back to green. Chase George with the horrible start. Comes to 87 to the top. We're going to battle out for P2. See the 6, a little bit of a blink out. Gonna slow down that bottom side there. So the 87 clearly in the P2 now. Kylan Wilson. Can he run down to 15? Max Ford on the top side, battling it out for P3. Chase George starts to back up. Here comes Cowhoff. Looking inside. I mean, looking at outside. Makes the move for P number 5, P4. And battling, but they're back here as well. Here comes the 3-mile move from the 18. Chase Smith. Brecken Goss using up the 53 as Rowdy a little bit. They'll be side by side for P number 8. Pace of driving the 1 and 2. Get clear to 16. Gonna have to jump in line here. No. Side by side with the 53. What a run out of the 18 there. P1 and 2. He'll battle it out for now. P7 with that 53 machine. He'll get clear. Brent Wilkins underneath the 6. This 18, and he looked about. I thought he thought about making a 3. He backed out of it. I think he's just going to follow the 17 through if he can. Chase George backing up here. Started P2 all the way back to P7. Battle now, Chase Smith. He's got the freshest tires. Came down pit road there. He's gonna be quick. You see Wilkins really pinching that 18 down. Not gonna be enough. Smith up to P5. He's hunting down that 87 in a hurry, too. I honestly didn't think that tires would be that big of a deal. But this 18 is significantly quicker than these guys, at least up the P4 at the very least right now. These hawk down this 87 pretty quickly. Rhode Island not giving it up easy here. Gonna make the 18 work for it. Pace up to the top side. Gonna try to use that momentum. Gonna try to get side by side. No. 87 closes the door. And the thing, maybe did 18 kind of abuse his tires to try to get through the field here. Now he's kind of stuck. And now that almost the tire wear is kind of leveled out here comparatively to everybody else who has slightly older tires. It's not like a 30 to 10, right? It's a 20 to 10, right? It's like right now he has 13. Everybody else around him has around like 20, right? kind of stalled out back here for P4, but a battle for P2. Max Ford underneath the 63. Henry holds on there. He's looking at your race leader here. Now, Tyler does have the oldest tires here. I mean, it's not, once again, back to these guys. It's not a big margin, but it's still older tires, right? I don't know how much it's going to affect Tyler here. I know he was having some handling issues in practice. I know he's not that happy with this truck. But Henry's there, you know, Max is there if Henry makes a mistake, so. And Henry's in an interesting spot because if he does make a mistake there, trying to get around and trying to get to the 15, Max Ford's going to be there to pounce and take advantage. So you reckon in the back, and I believe the 92 again. We will take a look. You see the 92 loose out of turn 4 there. I believe this is where the caution is. 16 into the back of the 92. 92 up the track. Grabs the Roddy. Grabs the 07. Yeah, man, these guys got to figure it out here because they're not wrecking for the lead. They're not wrecking in the top 5. It's outside the top 10 here. It's like 10th on back. You just cannot figure it out. The 16 just kind of drives into the back of the 92. Forces him up the track. He gets the left rear. He just grabs so many other trucks with him. You guys got to figure it out here in the back. I understand if you want to, you know, be aggressive and use each other up here for the lead or inside the top. I would say 4, I think, is okay, right? But everybody down pit side. Max Ford wins the race off pit road. I mean, Max Ford, Tyler Helms, Henry Kalhoff, top 3 out of pit road. The caution will wave here. So it's going to be interesting. So some of these drivers, everybody did come down pit road actually now. Okay, Barry is trying to get some laps back. He will stay out as well as I think that's the 78 in front there. I'm not sure who that 78 truck is. That line? No? I know DJ is in SLC's truck most of the time. There's a 78. This is DJ Lion. Yeah, it is DJ Lion in the 78. So, in his lap back. Max Ford, Tyler Helms, New Precision's teammates. 1-2, back to the stripe. Back green for lap 90. Max Ford back to the point. Remember your pole sitter for tonight's race. Got EOL'd. At the very start, but back to the point here in that number 11 machine. further on back for P5. 91 of Gobnon around his teammate. Galhoff having a couple spots here on the restart. With the 87 around, looking on the bottom of him now. Galhoff trying to use that top to follow his teammate through. I think he will get clear. He will. So KDR 5-6. Logan's back up inside the top 4. He's gotten caught up in his fair share of incidents. Getting turned around by a couple of drivers, but he's up inside 4th place once again. Battle further on back here. Here comes 88 of Harvey for P6. Galvin's had a plethora of stuff gone wrong to him as well this race. They're trying to battle for P6 here. P7, my apologies. Galhoff looking around his teammate. And Aaron's just going to let him have it. And that's what having good communication and good teammates is right there. You saw the 63 just a little bit better than the Cobb not right now. And Aaron, instead of fighting them, he just says, hey, just go take it, right? Give him the spot. Neither of them lose a lot of time, and they move on, right? Either Aaron's just saving his stuff, or right now, Henry just has a little bit of a better truck. Whether or, and now they did a good job communicating, letting one go. And, you know, now they're still back there 5th and 6th. And that 63 is starting to run down. At least the 4th and 3rd back here, Chase Smith and Trent Wilkins. Oh, battle for the lead here. The 11. Some pressure from the 15. Side by side here out of turn 2. 15 going to drive it into the corner here. 11 going to pinch him down. And these two teammates, these two racing with each other a lot. I expect some respectful racing here as we get the lap 100. Oh, so the 11 around off the nose of the 15. Forget me saying there was going to be some respect here. I'm interested to see what happened. Happened down the backstretch, so in the 1 and 2. 15's just barely there. Yeah. I don't think he meant to do that. It's hard. It's a hard judgment call here, so we went a little bit too far back. Apologies. Saw the 11, he gets a little loose out of the corner. And with him getting a little loose, he just doesn't go all the way back up to the wall like I think the 15 expected him to. 15 turns him around. So another... It's going to be another time where the 11's going to have to go back to the front. With 25 laps to go, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be commercial free here for the rest of the night's broadcast. But we'll be on the other, right back on the other side of this commercial break here in a few moments.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Everybody getting side by side here. You see just over 20 laps to go here from the virtual Richmond Raceway. Your top 5 here on your screen here as we get ready to go back green here. Smith, Kalhoff, Harvey, Kovnat, and a 92. Actually, yeah, a Bunkley in that number 92 machine. Getting ready to go back green here. Send you guys back trackside. You see the lights back off on the pace truck. We're going to go, getting ready to back go. Green. 21 to go here. Chase Smith, Henry Kalhoff, back to the point. Well, we see Kovnat come to the top side. See the KDR trucks now, 2-3. Down the back stretch. Wrecking in the back. Take a look back and see what happened. 70s, yeah, the 70, the 97, and at the side of the 11, and just losing on his own, grabbing a plethora of other trucks with him. Caution back out there. Incidental contact. Jacob Smith and Max Ford. Caution back out here with underneath 20 laps to go. So remember, some pit strategy here. The top 8 drivers, 20 lap old tires. Granted, we've got a couple of cautions here. I would say it's probably, what, maybe 12, 13 lap old tires, I would say. Max Ford on back. Just came down pit road after, I mean, they were the last caution, right? So do they have enough laps? Get up towards the front and be competitive here with those newer tires, or do the cautions continue the wave and allow the guys, you know, who are up there via strategy to keep the spots, and there'll be a race between them for the win. The pace car lights go off. Everybody 2 by 2 once again. So this time, once again, Chase Smith. The 18 machine. 63, that Fort Worth screen printing KDR truck. Henry Kalhoff back there to P2. Back green from Richmond. Kalhoff with a really good jump there on the bottom lane. Going to get side by side in the 1 and 2. A little bit of contact. Still side by side for the race lead. 18 with the momentum off the top. He'll clear. 15 to go. Caution. Max Ford. Hardy around here in the back. The contact with the 16. The 16. And he gets turned around by the 17. Just a big checkup there after the contact. Max Ford around here. Right before the start finish line. Caution once again will be out. Looking back here. The guy with the precious tires who is furthest up right now is the 15. Tyler Holmes, he's driven his way back up to P7. With 14, we'll be going back green with maybe 12, 11 to go. I think it's possible that that 15 can drive his way back up to the field, honestly. If he could set the moves up properly. Just, even if it's just a spot a lap, right? That's plenty of time to get up to the lead here. I mean, he'll be starting out in 6th, I believe, if someone else came down pit side here. The 3rd on that top side. And we've seen the leader pick the top almost every restart. And if that top side gets another good jump, it's going to pull that 15 machine with them. Back 2 by 2. As soon as that lights on the pace truck go off. Counting down laps here, so we should be going back green here with the 10 lap shootout, I believe. So in my opinion, plenty of time for that 15 to have a shot if we do go green the rest of the way. That is the question though. Do we go green? Or is everybody gonna continue to try to be aggressive to get back up towards the front, cause some havoc? Lights back off on the pace truck, and they're really slowing it down here. 50 miles an hour. A. Smith backed up the field here, but back green. Another good jump on the bottom by Kalhoff. Oh, the 91 with the huge block on the 87 back there. Trying to protect that inside lane. Kalhoff out to the race lead. Caution. Bunkley is 4th of the night. Tries to clear himself off the nose of the 53. Around he'll go. Is it a Cinderella story here? And these guys on older tires, hold on. I mean, Tyler Helms, he's running out of time. He did not get any spots on that restart. Now we get down to it, then now he has to pass a car per lap, right? To even give himself a shot. Should be going back green here with 6 to go. Remember, we do have 3 green white checkers that we can use up. Lights are off on the pace car. It's going to be Kalhoff. He picks the bottom. It's one of the first time we've seen the leader pick the bottom this time, but we've seen him have success on his restarts in second on that bottom side. So I don't blame him. He's having a lot of success on the restarts. Give it to him, right? I'm not going to be mad. Pace car back in. Kalhoff, 5-lap dash. Can he hold on? Teammate in the back. Back green. Kalhoff's going to get clear. Here comes the 87. A big move to the bottom. The 91 once again has to do an aggressive block. It's the 18. Slides in the back there. He's going to save it. Chase Smith, though, back outside the top 15. Once again, KDR 1-2 with 5 to go. They've got a decent amount of gap here, but here comes Tyler Helms into the bottom of the 87. Can the 87 hold this 15 up at all here with 4 to go? He cannot. Tyler Helms clear. Three to go. Tyler Helms got 2 teammates in front of him. 3 laps to go. Does he have enough time? I think he might be able to get the cob knot. But you know, Aaron's going to fight as hard as he can. Aaron's just going to give him the bottom. Back into 3 and 4. Aaron's going to find him as hard as he can. Contact between the 91 and the 15. That's going to slow them way down. Kalhoff back to the striper for the final time. White flag for Henry Kalhoff. Tyler Helms clears for P2, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to get back to the 63. And across the stripe, Henry Kalhoff, his first win of the season. Give it to him from Richmond. We talked about the team, just the way that these KDR guys, you know, race. It's always for the team. It's all for nothing, right? I don't think Aaron had the truck to beat Tyler Helms. I don't think that even Henry had the truck to beat Tyler, but they put themselves in a great spot here, and they get to celebrate 1. Now, instead of 1-2 this time, it's going to be 1-3, but it's still a very big teammate initiative there for the 63 team. Congratulations, you know, Henry. His first win of the season here comes here from at Richmond. And just like we saw at Darlington, did not show a lot of practice speed, did not show a lot of qualifying pace. Drives up 11 spots. To get the 1 here tonight. Finally gets John T. Garrett with screen printing and win here in Season 7. And Henry burning it down here across the stripe. Still burning it down. And it's been kind of a traditional win on Henry. They joined the HVTV booth. We'll drag up the two teammates together. Take a look at these laps led tonight as well. Look at this. 10 laps led for the 62 machine. That's all he needed. Look back at Aaron. 0 laps led, right? It was a team effort for both Henry and for, Aaron there. The KDR drivers. In the 92. Celebrating with these guys. I don't know if Bunkley is a KDR driver, but regardless, really cool to see these guys continuing to celebrate here. I like the Team Penske Three Amigos burnout that we saw. What was that, back in Nashville for the I don't even know what you call that, right? Where they did the burnout challenge and they would run on Broadway and stuff like that. Really cool. But Henry Kalhoff victorious here from Richmond, waiting on him to join the HVTV waiting room so we can talk to these drivers as we got him.
Well paid.
As we once again will bring up the two teammates here for KDR. Henry, first of all, congratulations. First win in the season for you and that 63 team, and then obviously Aaron coming home P3. You guys did it last week, working together, trying to get you guys the best finish. And two times the charm, I guess, right? Henry, your first win of the season comes here from Richmond.
I guess so. I guess at some point we made some mistakes, and the racing gods were like, well, for a little bit, we'll give you guys some luck. And that's what's been happening recently, I guess. We've been running really well. And just, I guess, in the race, it looks like things aren't going well. We're frustrated. And then at the end, we somehow find each other. We're able to work together. So what an awesome way to end it off. Finally glad I can get that win. It's I feel 100 pounds lighter now getting that win off. It's just incredible how that turned out. I want to thank Aaron there for helping me out there and kind of assisting me with trying to hold off everybody. So I appreciate that, and also great job, Dasher. You did also really good job, affiliate teammate. So yeah, a lot of people to thank, but awesome win at Richmond. Really glad to finally got that win. I'm a little bit worn out, but also I was kind of just exhausted in the race because people were wrecking constantly, and I was like, let's just get some green flag laps, and it ain't that hard. So that's what she said. But so overall, what a great race, though.
Yeah, obviously, we had a lot of cautions tonight, and a question for really both you and Aaron. Without those cautions, do you think you can hold off Tyler with those fresher tires with just that short amount of laps to go?
Well, I would say for me, the tires seemed to kind of even out after a while, so I think there was like 5 more laps. I'm certain Tyler would have gotten to me, but I'm not sure what happened there on his part. But yeah, overall, I guess we never really saw the tire strategy come into effect, like the difference between tires over long runs, just because I mean, you could probably correct me, but the longest we had was probably like 10 laps under green at most, so not really sure there, but I'll let Aaron answer that.
I don't know. I had a long race. Like my race was like Vietnam. First of all, I want to formally apologize to Max Ford there. I just sent it in way too hot and took him out. Second week in a row. So last week, felt like he kind of rubbed me into the wall a little bit. And then I feel like it was, at least a little bit justified with this. I just sent it in way too hot and took him out. So really sorry to him, but really happy for you, Henry. I mean, like, what a race. I mean, like I think you were even involved in a wreck I was in. In fact, I think it was that wreck with Max Ford. If I was saying Tyler Helms, sorry, I don't know. I'm kind of tired, but yeah, just good race. I really like this car. It's really good on short runs for me personally, and yeah, we had a restart there, and Henry was just a restart god. I mean, I honestly do believe that that he is the greatest starter in the
Oh,
history of
come
UIS. I mean, like he can launch like to the 10th of a second to the
Oh,
car
don't be
side by
glazing me
side.
now. Don't be
But
glazing me.
no, that's what won him, because after he got the lead, I told him, be in front of me, and let's work together on the start, and we did, and ultimately that I did lose the PT there to Tyler, but still, a podium for all of the KDR truck team, so just really pumped.
Yeah, obviously a good night for KDR in general, like you talked about, Henry, with Asher coming home in a good spot. And then obviously, talking about the points, we didn't get the official points, as obviously the spreadsheet I have wasn't updated, but by far now, I believe you should have the points lead just by a couple points over Tyler, Henry, especially with you winning the race tonight. But it's going to be interesting looking into the points. But obviously KDR coming home 1-3. You guys came home 1-2 last week. Speaking on the momentum of you guys, looking into next week and the weeks forward, what's the preparation? How are you guys going to take this momentum into next week?
We're ahead next week. I haven't looked at the schedule in a while.
I think we do have an off week, but regardless,
Oh.
talking about the momentum, like how are you guys going to take this and continue to try to move forward throughout the season?
Well, I will say about the points. I mean, Tyler Helms, he's a great driver. He's keeping me honest. So it won't be a runaway, and I think I kind of knew that at the beginning of the season. So I have my work cut out for me, but I think it's just more so kind of a race by race thing. Just be like, we do good here, we'll probably do. We keep getting better every week, and so I think we'll be good to go for the rest of the season. There's gonna be some tracks where we'll probably be off a little bit, but I think as the season goes on, we'll definitely get a lot better. So I'm happy to get this win tonight, and just incredible that we got the win this early in the season. I didn't think I was gonna win this year. I thought it was gonna be like Matt Crafton in 2019, where he didn't win a race, but well, I don't remember if he won the championship or not, but something like that. So I don't know, but glad to get the win tonight. So I beat the winless allegations.
Yeah, obviously a good race, a good couple of races for both you two. Coming home with podiums. But before I let you both go, Henry and Aaron, anybody you guys want to thank for tonight's good run here from Richmond?
I'll let Aaron go first.
I'd like to thank the great country of America for allowing us to race in iRacing. I mean, we could race from any country, but I love America, damn it. And also 4th of July 250. In fact, I don't know if anyone could see because it's kind of small, but on the deck lid I have the entire Declaration of Independence. So yeah, but yeah, newest racing shop for staying on my truck all year. FTM Broadcasting, 213 Simware, my own personal design company, Aaron's Design Thingy, ADT. And yeah, all of KDR.
I guess I'll go next with I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, my parents, all my teammates at KDR. Such a wonderful team. I have a lot of great teammates. Love them all. Sponsors, Forest Screen Printing, John Garrett, great guy. Some of the sponsors Aaron mentioned as well, since we share them. But all of our sponsors, all the fans, I want to thank them, and definitely looking forward to what next week entails. And I guess I will say again, for the second week in a row, all of the KDR fans are going to get laid tonight. So, my pleasure to all the fans out there.
Well, we congratulate you guys on once again another run here. Enjoy the off week, and hopefully you guys can carry this momentum into, I believe, Pocono, which is the next race you guys go to.
Yo, we won here last season. Hooray. All right.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first truck win.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, obviously
Yeah.
a good track for you guys. We'll look forward to see what you guys can do there from, the Tricky Triangle.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Henry Kaloff cut him off there, but congratulations, your first win of the season. Yeah, I mean, obviously he was pretty shaken up, thinking that he wasn't going to get it done tonight. But we'll go ahead and talk to the bridesmaid tonight. And Tyler Helms comes from the bridesmaid, just did not have enough laps there with the cautions to get back up towards the front. Let's talk to the number 15 of Helms. Hey Tyler, it's Christian up here in HV2 booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, P2 for you and this 15 team. You continue to rattle off these, podium finishes tonight, but obviously a lot of cautions tonight. Felt like that was the demise of you and this 15 truck tonight. Had the fresher tires, had the fastest truck there at the end, just not enough laps to get back to the 63 of Kalhoff there for the win. But just walk us through your night and walk us through, the struggles to get back up to P2.
Well, I mean, didn't have the greatest qualifying effort, but knew we were gonna be the fastest in the race. Was the fastest in the race. Long run, short run, medium run, didn't matter. Then of course they had to keep wrecking. Every single time I started to pull away, they'd have to, of course, wreck for last because apparently racing so hard for 15th place is, those 15th place points, man, they're just so important. And then, led 74 laps, dominated the entire race, and then you make one mistake with a guy on 2 tires where you barely touch him and they wreck, and you get sent all the way to the back of the field, and then get left front damage, and still 2 tenths faster than everybody else on left front damage. Car drove like shit, and just was able to get myself back up into the top 5, gave myself a chance to win, but car drives like crap, and well, guess you don't deserve to win.
Obviously frustrating to see how much, you led tonight. By far, I would say a top 2 truck. Just, Richmond, that's the way it is. When people want to race the way they do, you get the cautions you don't need, and unfortunately no longer on relief tonight here. But, looking at, throughout the run tonight, we saw, the top be kind of usable. Was that something you kind of saw in your truck? I know you kind of ran the bottom all race, but it looked like the top was kind of usable tonight.
I mean, yeah, I run Richmond a lot. Or, I haven't ran it in a while, but I love this place, and it's better to pass on the outside versus the bottom. I mean, you've seen Max had 2 tires and I had 4, and he just sat on the outside line, was able to defend for me, which was getting pretty frustrating because I knew I was faster than him. But just the way the side draft kind of works, I guess, in the corners on the top, it was a lot better. I mean, you've seen me a couple times going into 3 and 4, running the middle lane to try to get a run on him going into turn 1. I made a couple moves on through the middle as well into 1 and 2, which I kind of figured it was going to be like that. Get the run off the corner, and it's pretty equal in the corner as well. So not really too much of a shock there. Just the car also had like 0 grip at all the entire race. It went from like being super loose and then just no right front at all after like 20 laps. But I mean, I guess whenever you make mistakes how I did, you guess you don't deserve to win.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. Obviously, like we said before, top 2 truck just guess wasn't meant to be tonight. Obviously, a P2 finish still good in the point standings for you. We'll keep that, that fight with Kalhoff pretty close here as he comes home, gets his first win of the season. But still a good race for you nonetheless. Obviously, I feel like deserved the win, but not it doesn't always happen the way it's supposed to. But still, once again, a good run for you, Tyler. But before we let you go, anybody want to shout out, appreciate, or thank with tonight's good run here from Richmond?
Yeah, my team owner Kobe Duckworth. Sorry that I'm terrible and I didn't win, but whatever. Shout out him. My teammate Zachary Trevino sucks. His internet is just as bad as me driving. Shout out Chase George, Trent Wilkin, Carmelo. Working together all the time, and shout out Precision Speed Solutions as well. And that's pretty much it. But I don't know when we'll be back. Thinking about really taking a lot of time off because I'm kind of getting sick of this every single week.
Well, I definitely wouldn't blame you. It's obviously not the best, to be, calling the races up here when we're wrecking a lot as well. But obviously, it's still a good finish for you, Tyler, coming home P2. And we look forward to seeing you back on track whenever you decide to. And we wish you good luck here. Enjoy the off week. Take some time to think about it. And hopefully we can see you from Pocono.
Yeah, thank you.
Tyler Helms comes home P3 tonight here from Richmond, and obviously oh, I'm sorry. That was my bad, everybody. I was confused of why I couldn't get that taken off, but definitely an interesting race to say the least. A caution fest to say the least here from Richmond, but that's what you expect here coming into these short tracks here with the trucks. But taking a look at your unofficial race results tonight, look at Kalhoff, Helms, Comnot. Excuse me. We talked to them. For your post race interviews, and you look further back here throughout the top 10, you see Kylan Wilson, Calvin Harvey, Chris Parker, Christian Zarate, Chase George, Trenton Wilkins, and Richard Bunkley. Back there, running out 10th. And you'll see further back here, 11th through 20th. Belcher, Goodman, Ford, Smith, Bryant, Prather, DJ Line back there, Chuck and Gost. Joseph Enright, Cameron Campbell rounding out your top 20. Further back here, laps down, Jose Lopez, Acavera, Trevino out early due to some connection issues. Rubia back here in the 99, back here in 24th and 25th. 26th goes to the 21, and Joey back in the 77. Yeah, definitely an interesting race to say the least. I just really hope that these drivers can figure out, the aggressiveness levels and, calm down with the cautions, because it's definitely coming to where it's like affecting races and affecting finishes. Obviously, Tyler, I felt like deserved the win tonight, and the caution just kind of ruined any strategy tonight. I'm very happy for Henry, nonetheless. He's been quick. He's leading the points. He was so close to getting a couple wins tonight, and finally gets it done here from Richmond. I've raced with Henry for quite a bit of time, and I've always had a pleasure. We've never really used each other up or roughed each other up. Anytime we've raced with each other in leagues or in officials and stuff. So happy for Henry, happy for KDR, and all those guys. But yeah, I think it's time to call it a night here from Richmond. We appreciate everyone for coming out. Once again, my name is Christian Delgado, your lead producer and commentator for tonight's race. Another congratulations to Henry Kalhoff on his first win of the season here from the virtual Richmond Raceway, as we'll call the night here from Monday. We'll be back on live here this next Thursday for the SAAC finale there from Homestead. We'll try to crown a champion there as 6 drivers battling it out there for a Cup championship there from Homestead, Miami on Thursday. But once again, my name is Christian. Hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.